Hello, my fellow nerds, and welcome back to Last Nerds on Earth presents The Five Crystals, a D&D adventure. I'm Mike, your host this week. I also play Oliver Blackthorn, the teenage halfling rogue. I'd like to begin this week by announcing that we'll be having our first guest in the near future. His name's Venice, and he is the DM for Fate's Grip, an Australian D&D campaign that streams their sessions. We're incredibly excited to have him on, and we hope you are too. You can check him out on Twitter at Fate's Grip. I'd also like to thank Roll to Save for your kind messages. It goes a long way, and we really appreciate it. You can find them on Twitter as well at Save Podcast. Speaking of Twitter, we've been receiving a huge amount of support from you guys, and we now have over 200 followers on our page. So I'd like to thank Jesse McHugh, the Iron Spine, John Smith, and the other 197 plus of you. We wouldn't be here without you. We last left our heroes finally out of Waterdeep and back to the safety of the Oriole. Carly made contact with his goddess, and everyone got a much-needed night of sleep. Let's see what Lady Bianca has in store for our heroes here on the Five Crystals.
So, on your last adventure, your last session, you managed to get the safe open, find out that there was a hellish crystal inside of a black bag, and upon delivering it to the Adventurers Guild where Francois was, he let you know that it was a shard essentially of Gargouth, the fallen demon of the Nine Hells, and that he had scattered 4 of them around the world. Almost forgot how many there were. He scattered 4 of them around the world. And you had found one of them. Francois said that the Adventuring Guild will be taking them and hiding them throughout the world so that they know where they are and they can make the decision of where they're going to be and who's guarding them. After that, you made an expeditious retreat. After getting into a small run-in with the guards, you finally made it to the docks and boarded up on the good old Oriole. And right at the end, or at the beginning of the evening, Carly got essentially a message from his deity claiming he was on the right path and he should continue down where he was going. And so that was where we ended the session last time. And so we're going to pick up the next morning. The sun is rising and you guys are in your respective cabins that you had last time. And I think there was, I don't know who was in whose, but who was with Carly? Was it Aligrax or Rain?
Rain.
Okay, so Rain, upon waking up, you look around and Carly's not there. And Oliver and Aligrax, you guys both awaken in your own rooms. What would you like to do? Oh, Carly, you're up on the bow, still asleep.
Yep, I'm just curled up in a little ball. Well, big ball.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, I'll just go upstairs. I still need to check in with Lady Bianca and see what she wanted to tell me.
Yeah.
Because, like, she did specifically ask for me to meet with her about something she found about the papers I gave her.
Mm-hmm. So you open your door into the hallway and make your way up the stairs to the familiar deck of the Oriole. There are sailors bustling about, doing their sailory type stuff, you know, slinging jibs and battening sails and whatnot. I'm a good sailor. I do stuff like that. And Lady Bianca is in her normal post up by the helm. Watermelon Head is being shadowed by Philomena, and they are off to the port side, the left side. And then you do notice Carly all the way at the bow, curled up into a little big ball.
And he's just staying curled up into a little big ball?
Appears to be unconscious.
Alright, if there's a barrel nearby, like an empty one, I'm just going to try to roll him into the barrel and just set it to the side.
Avoid the head, please.
Carly, you feel 2 hands grab you, maybe not as gently as you'd prefer, and start trying to push you into a wooden barrel, and you are awakened.
What? Hey, what are you doing?
Nothing. Just
I know a goof
just
when I
if
see
you're
one.
awake.
Yeah,
Carly,
I'd like to see you try to push me around.
I'm hurt. I would.
You totally could.
I would never.
I gotta confess something. I told Tim that I was Rainstorm Bottom. I was kind of mad at you. I'm sorry, but it was pretty hilarious though. You were mad.
Are you suggesting that this might in some way be vengeance against you for such an innocent prank?
Oh no, I know you're gonna do something else. Like hit me in the head again.
I would never do such a thing.
Yeah, those darn magic rocks are just everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah. Never know when one might just come flying out of nowhere. Smack you upside the head.
Oh man. I had a crazy night. I talked to Saloon. She actually talked to me.
Well, that's terrifying.
As he's saying that, I'm gonna come out of my room and walk up to the bow.
I like the gods better when they're not talking.
Well, I kind of asked for her to talk to me, and then she did. I didn't think it would ever happen. But Willis told me to do my thing, and I did my thing.
No, don't ask the gods to talk to you, because then they might do it, and then they'll ask you to do things, and then you have to do those things. Don't ask the gods to talk to you. That's a terrible idea. Like, I can't think of a worse thing you can do.
Well, I'm pretty sure throwing a rock at someone's head could be a little worse.
No.
Or unleashing a demon, blood red demon crystal. That could be a little worse.
Maybe the unleashing the demon. Maybe. I'll have to think about it. No, asking the gods to talk to you is worse. Yeah, it's still worse.
All right, I'm gonna turn away from him and go to Oliver.
I'm walking up just,
Oh, I feel great. How do you guys feel? I feel like I went up 2 levels or something. Like, I just feel really good.
Let's just take a sledgehammer to that fourth wall there. We're not used to that. Kung, smash. That's all good.
but really, I mean, Oliver's probably, yeah.
I feel at home here. I really like it here on the Oriole.
I feel like I have my magic feels really good today.
That's great.
It's weird. It's different.
Hey, DM.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
So some sessions ago, I bought a barrel of oil for arrows that I never actually used. Is it still on the boat?
A barrel of oil, it was not in their inventory. So if they had found it, they probably would have thought, oh, we just didn't count this one, and probably have kept it. And so it's probably still on the boat.
Because I just thought of it, and I realized I never actually used it. And I sort of forgot about it. And obviously, I haven't been carrying around a barrel of oil, because that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Kind of like carrying around a couple gallons of whiskey. It's weird.
Just a little off. Yeah, so I mean, it's probably still on the boat. You can look around and see if they either sold it or used it at some point.
Might do that after I meet with Lady Bianca.
Okay.
She might know if they have it too.
Yeah, could be. I mean, she knows every inch of the boat back and forth. So is that what you want to do next? Go talk to Lady Bianca?
Yeah, I need to find out what she found out about those papers I gave her.
Okay. Now, you'll remember in her note, she was specifically talking about the chef and what had happened to him. So not necessarily about the papers, but yeah. So yeah, if you want to go talk to her, you can.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. So you leave Oliver and Carly to their own conversation up at the bow, and you walk up the steps to Lady Bianca, and she looks at you and says, oh, right. Oh, excellent to see you. How did you sleep last night?
Like a rock.
Excellent. Well, rocks sleep really good.
They do. So in your letter, you said you had found out some more information about that chef.
Yes, I did. You might want to get the rest of your group around here, because this is pretty important.
All right, I'll gather them up.
So you call over Oliver and Carly and Aligrax. Are you awake on the deck, or what are you up to? You muted yourself, bud.
Yep, no, I'm up on the deck.
Okay, so you four gather around, and she says, actually, let's go below deck. Let's go to my quarters. And so she takes you down below deck into her office, which I don't believe you've ever been in before. It's the first door on the left, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, I didn't map out. Anyways, she takes you into her office, and she's got a desk there and a few chairs, and you guys sit down. She sits behind the desk, and she says, now, it's a very curious thing that you've come across, and I was a little worried, but unfortunately, my suspicions panned out. I asked around to different captains and a few of the guards at Waterdeep, and they had talks about a creature that was essentially stopping people doing the exact same thing to them that they did to that chef, and nobody has seen hide nor hair of it. Now, I'm not entirely sure what it's called, but along the road from Neverwinter to Waterdeep, there is the Mare of Deadmen. It's essentially a large swamp. Have any of y'all heard of this before? You guys can roll history checks if you want.
Let's see.
Natural 20.
Nice!
What does a natural 1 get me?
You don't know what swamps are.
Mm.
You've never heard of
I got a 3.
a 3. Okay, you know what a swamp is, but you're not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
An 8 from me.
An 8 from you. You know about swamps.
They're wet.
You have heard of them before, for sure. So, Oliver, you know that the Mare was essentially in its history, it has produced about 3 different troll armies through one way or the other. Either they just bolstered their ranks over time, or they had generals that showed up, but it was created after the armies of Thalorm were overrun by the hordes of the Waste in 614 DR. The few remaining armies, or men from the armies, but women too, made their last stand at Inarov's tower. And the tower had once belonged to Inarov, the former Mage Royal of Uth Tower. However, unbeknownst to anybody, he had delved into the crypts and basically rotted there and became a lich. He was awakened by all the commotion, the war happening outside, and the king, Uth the Seventh, asked him for his help, begged him, and so he was like, fine. And he called the ocean to flood the entire area. Goblinoids, humanoids, everybody was essentially killed, and the only thing left was the saltwater swamp called Mare of Deadmen. Mare of the Dead. Yeah, Mare of Deadmen. That's it. Sorry.
So let's just pretend that I said that to everyone, because I can't relay that.
Yeah, no, that's
I
fine.
just...
You don't need to know. You don't need to know the whole history, but you do know the whole history of it. So
Yeah.
essentially, it's this swamp that is undead and essentially living, and you do know about a few other things, which I can tell you later.
Okay.
But essentially, it is this swamp full of just dead creatures. So you do know about it. She just asked if anybody knew about it. You can respond.
Okay. Well, yeah, I know. I've heard about it. There's quite a bit of trolls that come out of there. That's not a very good place.
No, it's not. And so you also know that the road that runs alongside it essentially is magically adhered to the swamp. Any efforts to shift it, the swamp just grows until it's right next to that road. It makes for a perilous journey.
Yeah, of course I knew all that.
So everybody, those who travel by the swamp, they're not just relaxed and just skipping down the road. They're ready and they're prepared, but they're still somehow being attacked, and most go missing. The few that have been found match the description of this chef, and so I fear whatever's doing this is in the swamp. And this is new information. This has probably only been happening within the past 6 months that I can tell. So that's essentially what I think might have happened to the chef, is that ship was fairly close to the Mare of Deadmen. And so maybe whatever was in the swamp got hungry enough to come out at that time, consume it, as it would, and then move back in.
Interesting. That is rather terrifying.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's definitely impeding business for us, because we can't get any supplies. Like, we can't dock at Neverwinter and pick up supplies there, so anything that wants to get shipped through us has to go down to Waterdeep. And we're losing shipments. They're just getting either destroyed or taken or stolen. And most of it's happening right outside of this swamp.
So someone needs to look into this swamp.
I hate to ask after everything you've already done, but is there anything you can do?
I think we can figure something out.
Yeah, we could look into it.
I'd really appreciate it.
I'm confused. The swamp. I don't know what that is. What's
So
that?
you need me to cover what a swamp is?
It's it's wet.
I'm not familiar.
It's pretty
no.
wet.
Okay, imagine like a forest, right?
Mm.
But
Hold on. Do I know what? Can I do nature check to see if I know what a forest is?
I'm gonna make you know what? I'm gonna make a house rule. House rule. Everybody knows what a forest is. Okay, this is a world. where
It's true. We've
people
been in a forest.
know
We've been
basic.
in a forest.
Yeah.
We're aware of trees.
Yeah. So it's
I-
basically
I-
a flooded forest.
I don't know what a tree is.
I'm gonna kill you, half elf. Murder. Watermelon head comes in. Where is the delete button on rain? There it is. Remove.
So it's a rainforest then, a wet forest.
No, it's
I don't
not
think
wet.
Rain's been there. Have you?
I mean,
Right,
I've
have you
been
been to
a
the
lot of
forest?
forests. I've
No, the
I've
wet one.
I don't
Have
think
you
I've been to
the
a wet forest.
Okay, so it's not a rainforest.
It's more of a. It's like if there was a forest really close to, not really an ocean. Let's say a lake, and then
Mhm.
that lake, all the water went to the forest.
Where's the lake?
Well, the lake's still there. Let's just say that it's near it, and the soil's very loose, so the water travels through freely.
Oh, I know. It's a mud pit. It's a big mud pit. I love mud pits.
Essentially, there's a lot of mud.
Interesting.
Yes, let's just head for it, and you guys will sort of see as we go along.
I want to go check the mud out. Let's go.
Yes, this swamp seems most intriguing.
Lady Bianca is just sort of staring blank face at this conversation that's happening in front of her. And then finally she goes, "Okay, so you guys wouldn't mind checking it out? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take a look.
Okay. I mean, it's right along our route, so we'll throw Inca out by it, and hopefully, and then we'll have a team take you into the swamp, if that's all right."
Absolutely,
we
my
can
leg.
handle that.
Yep.
Sounds
Mhm.
good to me.
Excellent. All right. Well, it's only a few days away, so if you guys just sort of want to relax, hang out, and we'll get you there.
Cool.
Right,
All
yeah.
right.
Cool. She stands up, sort of in a dismissive manner, but not, Lady Bianca. And so you guys leave her quarters, and she goes back up to the helm, and she's checking on people. Is there anything you guys want to do in between now and then?
Trying to wrap my brain around this swamp thing.
I'm probably just hanging out with Watermelon Head.
Every chance I get, I'm gonna do minor illusions, just goofy things like, Philomena's head on Watermelon Head's body, and Oliver super tall and thin, just various things so people could just see it.
Okay.
Just ridiculous.
Gotcha.
People get very annoyed.
I'll be spending a lot of my time with the crew, helping out on the ship.
Okay, because you've got that +1 to rope tying. So
Yeah.
there. Did you want to see if there is any your oil left?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna see if my oil barrel's still on the boat.
Okay.
On the ship.
Roll me an investigation check.
10.
So you go down into the stores below, and you're searching around, and after maybe half a day being down there, you're able to finally find your barrel. It's a little bit dusty. I mean, it's only been a week, but you finally find it. It's got rain carved into it.
Like, great, my barrel's still here.
My lucky barrel.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, basically.
My favorite barrel.
It's got all the things I need in it.
I'm gonna keep this barrel. Even after I use the oil, which I don't know what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep the barrel. I'm just always going to have the barrel.
Okay.
Just a storage barrel.
Just the
Yeah, well,
barrel.
it's got oil in it. All right, so days go by. You guys are hanging out, milling about with the crew, and let me check. I don't think there's any stops. As you guys are moving out of Waterdeep, you guys are sticking pretty close to the coastline this time around. Last time you went a little bit deeper into the water. Now you're pretty close to the coastline, and on your right, you can see the cliffs of Waterdeep just to the north, and then beyond that, coming up the coast, you see hills start to grow and get a little bit bigger, and then far off inland is a mountain range that rises up, and the snow-capped peaks are peeking into the clouds, and rain is falling along the east side of it. Stop falling down there, rain. Get back on the boat. And after several days, the foothills vanish and it flattens out, and you can see a grove of what looks like trees, but they're grayed and gnarled, and there's just multitudes of vines hanging off of them with small bushes sticking up around, but almost a sickly color, like as if the entire brightness of the landscape has been toned down and it's just been paled out. And you have arrived at the Mare of Dead Men.
Oh, this isn't like any swamp I've seen before.
I agree.
That's a swamp.
This is a swamp, but there's usually a bit more life than this.
There's nothing creepy about this at all.
I was thinking a mud pit. This is disappointing.
I have a feeling it's gonna get a lot more exciting once we get in there.
Well, I guess we'll believe you.
Just call it a hunch.
All right, so Lady Bianca comes up to you guys, watermelon right beside her, Philomena riding on his shoulder. She goes, "Well, there it is. I'm gonna have Clyde and Theo take you out and get you over there on one of the boats. If that's all right."
Sure.
All right.
All right. Well, boat's ready whenever you are. And just to let you guys know, about this time, it's roughly about midday.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys load up onto the boat, and Clyde and Theo are there, and they're, "Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys doing all right?"
Rather
Yeah.
well.
Hey there, boys.
Yeah, and, handshakes and back pats. And boy, I would not want to be you fellas right now, that's for sure.
It looks pretty depressing in there, man.
Yeah, it does not look fun. I'm going to stay on the nice, safe, happy boat.
I don't blame you for that.
I'm sure we can make it work.
Well, that's what that one chef guy thought, probably, that it was that nice, happy boat.
Carly.
Yeah?
Let's not scare our compatriots here.
Oh, yeah. This boat's pretty sweet. It's probably the best one I've seen. Other than the Oriole,
I could get into a whole sidetrack thing about the difference of boats and ships right now, but I'm not going to.
Please don't. Appreciate that. Thank you.
So,
All right, so
if it float, it a boat.
if it ain't shit, it's a ship. I don't know. All right, so you guys load up into the boat, and Clyde and Theo begin rowing you over to the swamp, and it's a good 120 yards away, 120 meters, whatever, away, and they just row, and almost a silence falls over the boat you guys are in as it moves through, and the waves, which were once sort of peaking here and there, slowly start to smooth out, and the boat eventually runs into some mud, and you guys are right at the edge and staring in. It's light outside, but it seems to get darker and darker and darker inside of the swamp. Right, well, here you are. We're more inclined to get out, so if you could get out, please.
Oh, of course.
Hop out of the boat.
How do we get you back here when we need you?
Oh, we'll be keeping an eye out, so if you can, just come back to this location, or is there any way you can signal us?
How about this? And I shoot a firebolt up into the air.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, once you're done, we'll have somebody all day and all night watching the swamp for you. And so, if you get an opportunity, just shoot a flare up.
All
That was
right.
cool, mate.
Thanks. It's my signature move.
Well, we appreciate it, I suppose. Anyways, best of luck to you, and we'll see you hopefully soon. Bye. And they row very quickly away from the swamp, and you guys turn and look into it, and you can hear different sounds coming out of it. The stench of the swamp just sort of almost overwhelms you. It smells bad, and you can hear creatures screeching in there, and bugs and everything like that. Frogs, probably.
Well, another day at the office, boys?
I don't like this too much.
I don't know, it's rather cozy.
All right then. Well, let's do this, I guess.
All right, so you guys begin your intrepid march in search of this creature that seems to be able to just drain the life force out of people. You're moving through, and the mud and the muck is clinging to you, almost trying to suck you down. And every once you get into like a drier section of land, but
So
a
we're
lot
like
of-
wading through muddy water type thing.
initially, yeah, on the outside of the swamp.
When we got off the boat, I jumped on Carly's back.
All right.
That's gross.
It's yucky. I don't want to mess up my boots or nothing.
And I'm like bouncing up and down on purpose like he's a toddler.
It's a good boy. And so, about half an hour into your journey, there's been a general mist that overhangs throughout the swamp, and you can sort of hear creatures calling to you. And eventually, you get to what seems almost like a wall of fog. Like you've had the thin wispy mist around you the entire time, but this just seems very thick and doesn't seem to be moving too much with the wind itself, but is just sort of almost set in place, swirling back and forth.
Is this like a magical sort of fog?
I don't know.
Can I do like a arcana?
Yeah, you can do an arcana check.
Arcana.
Ooh, it's gonna be a 5.
You can check.
I'd like to do 1 too.
To your knowledge, this is not normal fog, but just not fog that you've seen. Okay, Carly?
Makes sense. I've never been in a swamp.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so I'm a 14.
14. As far as you can tell, there's no magical essence about this particular fog.
I would do one, but Arcana not.
I actually want to do a different check.
Okay.
Can I do a primeval awareness check?
What in the fuck is that?
It's one of my ranger abilities.
Okay.
Basically,
Primeval
as-
awareness.
As an action, I can expend a ranger spell slot to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within a 1 mile radius of me,
Oh.
or up to 6 miles if I'm within favored terrain.
Which yours is forest, right? Your favorite
Yeah.
terrain. Okay.
So this wouldn't count.
No, you said that the swamp was a wet forest.
Fuck off.
While because I did check, while this ability will reveal if any of these things are within that radius, it will tell me like if it's undead or if it's dragon or if it's an elemental, and if it's in that radius. It won't tell me exactly where in that radius,
Gotcha.
just that it's there.
Okay, so you guys see Rain sort of stop, and he looks sort of around the ground a little bit, and he looks at his right hand, and it slowly begins to glow. A very, very faint green light, almost a white, but it is distinctly green. And he places it about a foot into the water until it stops on a soggy, just muck, moss, mud type ground. And he sits there for a second, and you hear him whisper. You can't really hear exactly what he whispers, but you know he does. And then suddenly a pulse from the spot he's got his hand on with a deep thrum just shoots out in all directions and is gone. Rain, I will let you know that within 1 mile of you, there are undead.
Well,
Don't forget a dragon and an elemental right next to you.
no, you guys don't count for the nature of this.
Okay,
spell.
got it.
Now, first of all, he's not a dragon, and you're not an elemental.
Not as far as this spell.
Not like that. You have elemental tendencies.
Yeah. Oh joy. So question. How good do you think we are at dealing with undead?
Relatively well. Why did you detect any?
There might be a few, just a guess. I don't know exactly if there's a lot, but usually there's a lot.
Well, do you know where they're?
Not exactly, but, and this is just me throwing it out there, I would guess, I kind of point in the general direction of everywhere. My
Well,
my spell just tells me that they're there. It doesn't really tell me much else.
They better not grab my feet. I'm gonna freak out.
it's alright. See what I can do. I'm gonna divine sense, and that lets me know exactly where they are within 60 feet, if they're within 60 feet. If they're not, then that doesn't help me.
All right, so you guys see Aligrax sort of place his hands together and then throw them outwards in front of him, and a white light radiates off of him in this huge sphere and then slowly melts away. You do not detect any undead.
Alright, well, we got at least 60 feet.
Suppose that narrows it down a little bit.
I got a few more of those in me. Every once in a while, I can throw out a beacon.
Question to the DM.
Yes.
Will my mana potions work with Aligrax? Well, it restores one spell slot, but only half of your levels.
Don't worry about that. My divine sense isn't a spell.
Yeah, not with his
Okay.
divine sense. It was.
Okay.
I still got 5 more of them, though.
He has to call
Oh,
upon
damn.
the power of his god to
Okay,
use
got
that.
it.
And there's not a mana potion alive that can do that.
I thought it might have been a spell.
I gotcha.
Nope.
No, that was mine. Mine is a spell.
Okay, so that's good to know because I have
Yeah.
stuff to rejuvenate, at least a little bit.
Your primeval awareness was a spell?
It expends a spell slot. So
Oh
I'm
yeah, you
assuming
do have
it
to
is
expend a spell slot. It's not technically a spell though.
Is it really?
It's not. I mean, it expends a spell slot.
That's why I assumed it.
That's kind of because mana potions aren't in the player's handbook. That was sort of a
Yeah.
homebrew
A
thing.
DM thing.
So if you guys decide to use it for Rain's stuff, I'll make a call then. But until then, let's just move on for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I reckon a spell slot is a spell slot.
I've got more, so it's
Yeah.
using one for that isn't gonna kill me.
Alright, well, let's start walking.
I hope it doesn't kill me.
All right, well, let's keep an eye on each side of us and I guess see what happens.
So you guys are moving into the fog.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys step into the fog, and it's very, very thick. I need everybody to roll me a Constitution save, except for Aligrax.
Nice.
I got an 18.
Actually, Aligrax, I think you roll with advantage. No, you still have to roll one. You're just resisting.
I got a 16.
I got a 9.
Okay, and Oliver, you had a
18.
18, and Aligrax
Dirty 20.
30, 20. So as you guys move in and begin to inhale this fog, you all start coughing, all of you, and you get sort of a slight burning sensation going down your throat into your lungs, and most of you guys are able to push through it, but Carly, you have become poisoned.
Oh no.
Yeah, so
I'm just hacking.
I'll hop off his back. I don't want to put any more stress on him.
do you guys continue to push through the fog?
I'm feeling fine.
At this point, I'm just going to keep moving the direction I was going and trying to make it.
All right, you guys are slowly pushing through this fog, still coughing, still hacking. After about half an hour, roll me another Constitution saving throw.
17 for Rain.
Natural 20.
And an 8 for me.
Aligrax,
15.
15. Carly, you have lost one of your hit die,
Oh,
essentially. So,
that's not good.
no.
Okay.
not.
So how much is that?
Let me see. What are your hit die, by the way?
Let's see. Where's that going to be?
I do not know. I'm looking for it right now. I was just going to tell you lost health, but I don't know.
Actually, I think I might know where to find it.
It's under your sorcerer information.
Okay. 1d6 per sorcerer level.
Okay, so roll me a d6.
Okay. And that's a full 6.
All right, you
Oof.
take 6 hit points worth of damage.
Okay.
You're not looking so good there, Curly.
Yeah, I'm hurting pretty bad. This, I don't know what's happening.
Do you guys push on? Do you guys do anything to prevent inhalation?
I'm gonna pull a couple pieces of cloth, so if I need to, like, I'll just tear up a spare shirt or something I have in my pack, make a cloth mask to cover my face. I'm gonna wrap one around Carly's head too, since he's
Okay.
see if I can't help him out.
Okay.
I mean, if you want, I can neutralize that poison for you.
You can what?
Oh yeah, you didn't know I could do that?
No. You think Of course I didn't help.
What's happening?
I'm gonna touch Carly and cast protection from poison,
Okay.
which neutralizes the poison within him, and for the next hour, he has advantage on saving throws against being poisoned and resistance to poison damage.
Okay. So there's that, and then anybody else want to do anything? Rain's got a cloth covering. Carly's got that spell.
I think Oliver's probably just wondering like if his face covering is protecting his breathing because he's not really getting affected by it. So I don't think he'd do anything.
Like his illusion spell.
Yeah.
I just picture him just standing there, just looking up at everybody, just going back and forth, like, what's going on?
If we want to pop that mana potion, I can give everyone resistance or protection from poison.
Okay, so that would work for you then? Okay, I give you a mana potion. So what that does, so the mana potion gives you your maximum spell slot. Like if you're at level 3, it would give you like 1.5 rounded up. So you get 2 spell slots out of it. That's what Jack told me at least.
So what it is when you take the mana potion, you take your maximum spell slot level, which if it's 3, you cut it in half and then you round it up. And that's the max you can restore with it. So you can restore 1 spell slot of level 2.
Okay.
Or 2 level 1s, is that correct?
That's not correct. You could
No? Okay.
No.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
You could restore. It's just 1 spell slot, but it'll restore. It's only 1 spell slot, but you get to decide. Yeah.
I'll save that for if we start having problems.
Okay, so I just hand that over to you.
You might need this later. Yeah, here you go.
Yep. Thanks. Let me know if you guys need some protection. But for now, let's push on.
All right, you guys push on through. Another half hour goes by. You guys are just sort of trudging through this sludge and just making your way past, the trees and the bushes. And you hear maybe a creature move off to your left or your right every once in a while, just trying to push through this stuff. And everybody roll me a Constitution saving throw. Rain, you have advantage, and Carly, you have advantage.
Got a 15.
I got a nat 20.
You are
I
fine.
also got a
Nice.
15.
Okay, Allegrax.
18.
18. So you guys are standing strong. You're not feeling great, but you're not like it's not pressuring you anymore. You're feeling like you can make it. You can make it. You're still going through. You don't know how much further it is, but you're doing okay. And so we're gonna keep pushing through, and you guys are just going along and hacking and coughing, and another half hour goes by, and the fog, you can see it's slowly beginning to thin, and you're almost out of it. And roll me 1 more Constitution saving throw.
Do I still have advantage or are we past the hour?
Yeah, I mean, you're technically right at the end of it. I'll let you go ahead and roll it.
11 for Rain.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. 16 with advantage.
Okay.
17.
Oliver?
15.
Okay. Rain, you have advantage, right?
That was with advantage.
Okay. So, Rain, for some reason, the power of this fog, the intensity of it, after breathing it in for so long, even with your mask covering, it just gets into your lungs and they really start burning and they're almost on fire, and you are now poisoned.
Yay.
So, but with that, you guys make it through the fog and push out into relatively clear air. And looking back behind you, the fog is just as thick and still there.
Some nasty stuff.
Yeah, it's some harsh stuff there.
It's a good thing we're out of it now.
Yeah. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, I don't feel like my throat's bloody anymore. That's good, I guess.
It's usually good.
As a general rule, that is good.
Indeed.
Well, I hope we don't have to go back through that.
Oh, let's hope that whatever's in here is causing it.
Let's hope so.
I want to look around, see if I can see anything.
All right, roll me a perception check.
16 plus 1, 17.
Looking around, your knowledge of swamps isn't amazing. You haven't really come into contact with it in your travels, but looking around, you just notice that there just seems to be like an air about the place that is foreboding. And you can actually see throughout the swamp, at least in the area that you're at, there is an arm poking up here. and there's a creature in armor, obviously decayed and lost of this world, like just gone for a long time, leaning up against a tree. And you realize, looking around, that you're actually standing in a battlefield.
I'd like to pop another one of those divine senses. Just please gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, hey guys, look, and I just point. Oh crap.
Now, I'm not an expert, but we maybe, we might have a problem.
They grab my feet, I'm freaking out, man.
So you wanted to pop a divine sense?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And that is what, 60 feet, you said?
Yep.
Fortunately, because of the thickness of the trees, possibly, or maybe because there really aren't any nearby, you don't sense anything.
Interesting.
It looks like the creatures that died here have died and have not been messed with for a very long time. Parts of them look like they've been almost consumed by the trees. You know how trees will grow over things that have left to rot next to them.
This might be a nature survival, but as a ranger and someone who grew up like in the forest and in nature, could I get a general sense of kind of the state of the natural surroundings, just how bad the situation is?
Roll me a nature check.
Okay, that is going to be a 14.
Okay, based on the information that Oliver gave you and just sort of as you're looking around, this is not like a normal swamp. First of all, it is completely salt water that came in here, which should have killed all of these plants. But through some force, maybe currently enacting on it, maybe long ago, the plants are still alive in a sense. You know, they're alive and they're definitely thriving because from what you can tell based off of what Carly showed you, they are growing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like this is a natural state for this land to be in, or what a swamp should be in.
Yeah. Which on that note, you guys would see me look kind of disturbed. This is like,
Use your words.
So yeah. No, you'll see Rain start, really looking at some of the plants and even the dirt and grass, if there is any, and the water, and just, this is wrong. This is all wrong. This isn't even possible.
So I take that this isn't how swamps usually look.
No swamp I've ever heard of.
I hope swamps don't have a bunch of dead people in them normally. I don't like
no,
swamps.
no, it's more than the dead people. The swamp itself should be dead. Like,
You mean these trees shouldn't be here?
I mean, maybe they're here, but they're dead. Or at least they should be.
But something else is keeping them alive.
I don't like this.
Oh, evil demon crystals, and now this. Oh, this is a crazy week.
Not exactly anything sinister nearby, so I reckon we press on.
All right.
After you.
So, you guys.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
go
always looking out just quickly. Is any of that armor salvageable, for Aligrax? I won't want it, but he's looking for armor, man.
ahead. Roll me an investigation check.
All right. 11 plus 2, 13.
Digging through the corpses just in the immediate vicinity and sort of scraping off some of the mud and the muck, you're not really able to find anything that's worth much. There might be, a sword here or there, like maybe a pauldron or a bracer, but not an entire set of plate mail, and nothing that's better than the gear you guys have on.
Okay.
It's ancient. It is.
They just see me
ancient.
digging through this stuff.
You're just like tossing bones out to the left and the right, maybe looking at a skull and throwing it off. Like, nothing.
Oh, nope. All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's get going.
All right. Quick question. Are you guys headed straight forward? Are you going left or are you going right?
Before we do that, I would like to do a check to get a better lay of the land and see if there's anything that's been moving through here.
Like just an actual like pathway or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a survival check. which you're proficient in. Ooh, look at you go, girl.
I am. Alright, let's see. That is going to be 13.
So looking through the mud and the muck, you do see a few tracks. There is the tracks of what look to be a deer, but instead of there being like sets of 4, there's only like 3. Like instead of 4 legs, there's 3, and you can tell it's going from east to west. You also notice a couple other things, a couple other like almost grooves that have been carved into the land, headed towards the northeast, like from out of the fog to the northeast. Something was dragged through, but that's all you're able to really discern. There doesn't look like there's a walking path or anything that's been chopped out of the way to make a direction for anybody.
Like, this is confusing. Something, I have no idea what, went that way. I point in the direction the grooves went, or something was drugged that way. And then something else went west, I think. But it's only got 3 feet. What the fuck has 3 feet?
An elderly man.
I knew I should have paid more attention in class.
I saw a 3-legged dog once.
Yeah, but did the 3-legged dog you saw have hooves?
No, that would have been weird. Dogs don't have hooves.
Because whatever this thing is has hooves, but like.
Which way do you reckon we should go?
I say we go where the thing's getting dragged, because that means it's something big. So that's what we're looking for, right?
I would tend to agree.
I
suppose
guess
so.
I don't know. Everything about this swamp is confusing.
Well, let's journey to the northeast then.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys are going to follow the drag, Mark?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, so you push towards the northeast from your location and begin moving towards, sort of trying to keep track of this thing that was either dragged or moved through the swamp. It goes like around trees and moves on almost a seemingly random path, but it generally stays headed in one direction until suddenly it vanishes. The trail eventually disappears at one point.
Just gone. Gonna investigate the spot where it vanished.
Okay.
See if I can pick it up.
Yeah, roll me an investigation check. Actually, roll me a survival check again.
Okay. Can I take the roll I just rolled?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome, because that's a natural 20. I
No,
don't
Nice.
wanna risk
roll
it.
Oh,
again. Roll a
yeah.
different one. No, I'm just kidding. So, after a lot of searching around and just trying to figure out, what happened to this thing, you notice that the trail doesn't necessarily stop. It just goes deeper into the water. It just goes more down than anything else, almost as if it's burrowing in there.
Is this the part where I need to make dexterity check?
Nope, you're fine.
No, this is the part.
What's y'all's marching order, by the way? I should have asked you a while ago. Rain, you're in the front, or...
I think I've been keeping an eye behind us.
Okay.
I'll be up near the front.
I'm probably just in front of Carly then, in the
Okay.
middle.
Carly does a 20 hit you.
Oh,
Yep.
fudge.
Yes, it
Okay.
does.
And then let me see. Does a 17 hit you?
I want to have a reaction of shield, and that would bring it up to 19 for me. So no, it wouldn't hit.
All right, without warning, a long tentacle with splines coming out of the end of it whips across and smacks Carly right in the back. And that is going to do 7 bludgeoning damage plus 4 piercing damage. So 11 damage total. And you are also grappled.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So I'm down pretty far.
You guys hear Carly scream out in pain as he is attacked by this unseen force, and then suddenly rising up out of the depths of the swamp behind you, a large, hideous, 3-legged monster. He rises up, and he's about the size of a large lion, like a double the size of a lion. Where its head should be, there's just simply a gaping maw filled with razor-sharp, long, stabbing like teeth. And coming off of its back are 3 long tentacles, and the tentacles themselves have eyes and splines that are whipping about, and a large roar rolls across. Let's roll initiative.
We got a 13 plus 4, 17.
I have an 18.
16.
7.
All right, so this is sort of how the battlefield is set up. There's a large, massive creature, basically has Carly 10 feet away from it. Probably about 5 feet away from Carly is Oliver, Aligrax, and Rain. You guys are about 10 feet away. So probably roughly about 25 feet away, I think, from the actual creature itself. There are large trees sort of scattered about, but as of right now, you guys are in pretty tight quarters. Rain, it is going to be your go first.
Okay, so I start out by going, I owe Big Sis Mary an apology. Then I cast Hunter's Mark as a spell on it, which is going to give me some extra damage to the thing.
Very nice.
I'm casting it as a first level spell.
Okay, so just the D6. Gotcha.
Yeah. And then, how far is it from me? This is important.
Probably about 25 feet. From you,
Okay.
You and Aligrax are 25 feet. Oliver is 15 feet away from it. Carly, you are... Let me double check this. Yeah, you're 10 feet away, but you're grappled.
It matters because the next thing I do has a range of 30 feet. And I have to be able to physically see where I'm going.
Okay.
So I cast Misty Step. So, like, you just see me disappear, like a cloud of mist appears at my feet, and like a small cloud. And then I just sort of step and vanish.
Nice.
And then reappear next to the creature as I plunge both my swords straight down into it.
Awesome. So, I just need to know, are you behind this creature, on the sides of it, or in front of it?
I'm going to go... You said there's a tentacle attached to Carly?
Yeah.
So I'm going towards that tentacle. I want to try to cut off that tentacle.
Okay.
Or near it so I can try to detach it from Carly.
Okay. Now, I will tell you, your Misty Step would take up your action.
Would it
Does it?
take up my whole action?
Yes.
No, Misty
because-
Step is a bonus action.
Correct, but he also used Hunter's Mark, which is also a bonus
Which is
action.
also a bonus action.
So I'll let you retract it if you want to do something else, but you can move a bonus action into an action, as far as I know.
I mean, if you want to house roll it that way, that's not rules as written, though.
Well, I just thought Misty Step might count as like a movement, but that's fine.
Yeah. Hang on. What are the rules on that, Aligrax?
Rules as written are bonus actions, and actions are entirely separate thing. You get one of each, but you can't roll
like,
them over.
Okay.
Unless you have like
Okay.
a feat that lets you do that.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
No worries. I'm
Yeah.
glad for the clarification. Thank you. All right. So.
Okay, then they both count as a bonus action. So I could do one, but not both.
Correct.
In that case. All right. In that case, I will use just a regular action to cast Misty Step, and then that would be my action.
Oh no, you have to use it as a bonus action.
So you can't. Okay.
You can't move bonus actions. That's what he
Yeah.
was verifying.
Oh,
You can't
okay.
move bonus actions into actions. They're separate things. You can do an action, a bonus,
Okay.
and a movement, or you can take your action to move. But that's the only thing I know of that you can.
In that case, well, that's disappointing.
Now I will say this: you could move up to it
Yeah.
and
that
then
case,
stab it, but you'd be right in front of it.
I'll just kind of reverse what I did. Instead of using Hunter's Mark, I'll use the Misty Step and attack, and then I can use Hunter's Mark next round when I'm right next to it.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I'll do instead.
If you wanted to use Hunter's Mark this turn and just move to the creature, you could just walk to it.
It's not as cool, though.
It's not as cool. I will
Yeah.
say it's not as
Doesn't
cool.
It doesn't have the same effect.
That's true.
It's way cooler to Misty Step.
So what do we want to do?
I'm Misty Stepping because I want an excuse to use my cool power.
Okay. All right. So
I got that, too. I got Misty Step this level, too. You stole my idea.
You guys are just gonna be popping all over the place.
So yeah, you see the mist, and I just port right next to the tentacle. I'm slashing down on it.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll.
Alright, so I do get to attack with both my swords because I have extra attack, which is not a bonus action. It's part of my standard action.
Correct. Yeah.
So for the first one, it's going to be 23 for the first attack. and 17 for the second one to hit.
Both of those do hit, and then go ahead and roll me some damage.
And 9 damage for the first attack.
Okay.
And 7 damage for the second one.
So 16?
Yeah, that's 16 damage total.
Okay, so Rain, you misty step, and you go and leave 2 just like slashes on the side of this monster. It does not disconnect the tentacle, but it does a little bit of damage, and he roars in pain.
Congratulations, Rain has his attention. Shit, Rain has his attention.
There you go again.
And he is going next. Guess what he's gonna do? Alright, so he is going to reach out with one of his tentacles and attack you, Rain. 8 does not beat your armor class.
It does not.
Alright, next he is going to bite at the person. And you're off to the side of him, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just to the side, on his side.
Okay, so you see a tentacle like whip around and look at you. You're pretty tight in there, and so he's actually just going to run forward and bite at Oliver.
Oh no.
Does a 21 hit?
Yeah, so I'm gonna use uncanny dodge and half that damage.
Okay. Also, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
19.
Nice. All right. So this creature rears back and like clomps down on you, and reflexively you're able to grab 2 of its bigger teeth and just sort of hold it and then push yourself out of the mouth. And so instead of actually piercing into you, it just scrapes across. And for a brief momentary flash, you feel a searing pain, and then you feel something almost seep into your body, and then it sort of dissipates as the Shut up! As the contact was not strong enough to release the poison inside of you. So, he's a good dog.
Glad I just got that.
Alright, and Carly, he is going to raise you up and slam you straight into a tree. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Ow. 7.
Alright, you take 10 bludgeoning damage, and you are stunned until the end of his next turn.
So I don't get a turn. Damn it.
You do, but you can't talk, move, or use any bonus actions or actions.
So I can't do anything.
No, you can't do anything. You still get a turn, you just can't do anything.
Okay, so I'm getting pretty close to dead.
Okay, what do you want to do, Oliver?
Since Rain is also within 5 feet of him, I'm just going to turn and jab both my daggers right into him.
So you're going on the other side of him?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, roll me some attack rolls. And I think you get sneak attack,
Yes.
but I don't think that adds to the roll.
No, it does damage.
Okay.
18.
18 hits.
And then d4 plus 4. So that's a 5. And then 36.
I'm sorry, what?
Four.
Was that math? You were like,
What?
that's 5 and 36.
No, and then 3d6.
Oh,
My sneak attack.
Oh.
I thought you were like, and 36.
Sorry, I
Like,
was bumbling
the
a little bit.
Budge?
Getting into numbers and shit.
You're fine.
So that's
All right.
6, a 1, and a 5. So 12 plus 5, 17 total.
Okay, 17 total damage. All right, so you rear back and you run up and you sort of do like this slide move where like you like kick up water, but you're like, and you're standing and you're like, and you stab him a whole bunch of like little times. All right, and he's not too excited about that. He's just, and you see like a tentacle whip around and its eyes are staring right at you. And we will go to Aligrax.
Alrighty. I'm gonna punch it with my sword.
Okay, do that punch thing with your sword.
But first, I am going to put a hunter's mark on it.
Okay.
And yeah, then I'm gonna run up to it and make 2 attacks with my greatsword.
Okay.
Because I can do that now. Let's take a look, shall we? Ooh, is a crit going to hit? No, that's a shame.
Yes, that will hit.
And then will a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit, yeah.
Alright, perfect. So both attacks hit.
Okay.
And what the hell? Give me a second. I need to do some heavy calculations.
Holy shit.
You only need to roll 4d6.
No, I needed to roll 66 because I've got Hunter's Mark on them.
Yeah.
And then you really thought I wasn't going to Divine Smite?
I didn't know, man. You didn't call it, so I didn't know. But all right, yeah, you want Divine Smite? Roll that D8. Tell me the total damage.
I'm working on it.
Do I need to get you a calculator?
I'm doing a calculator.
Okay.
Alright, so that's the first attack. And then...
Are you just expending a level 1 spell slot for that?
No, I'm doing a 2.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do a level 1 for the second attack.
Okay.
2 smites. And then it's not undead, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay. In that case, let's see, can I do anything else? Yeah, in that case, across 2 attacks, it's gonna be 89 damage.
Okay.
Well done.
Holy crap. Glad you're on our team.
How do you want to do it?
Kill this thing?
Yeah.
It's not dead. Oh shit, alright.
Yeah.
Um,
Now that you've burned all of those, just remember, this is your first fight, and I have a long swamp ahead of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's alright.
You say that.
I still have a mana potion.
1.
That's alright. Alright, so yeah, it's just gonna be, one slice, across the side, 1 slice up the front, just gonna quarter this thing.
Alright, so you guys see Aligrax blaze past Carly, and he sort of lifts his sword up and just bisects the tentacle on his way over, and he just brings his sword down, and then just in a flash, you don't even see his sword move again, and all of a sudden the monster just sort of and then slumps all together into a gushy pile of death. You guys have done it.
Holy shit.
Nice.
I'm gotta be honest, I did not see that one coming. Okay.
Can I
Crack
speak?
my neck a little bit.
I'm
Yeah.
not unconscious, but am I, free?
Yeah, you're unstunned, basically.
That was a pretty sweet move, though. Like everybody.
Yeah, nicely done.
How you feeling
What
there?
the?
How are you
what
doing,
the,
Carly?
What the heck was that? Oh, I feel like I'm dying. But what was that cool ass move, man? You like teleported.
Mm.
All right. Well, I guess
Yeah,
I'm
what
just
was
talking
that,
to no one.
Unknown to you, he's misty stepped all the way across the swamp already.
Can I roll a check to try to see what the frick this creature was?
Yeah, roll a nature check.
Carly, do you need some healing?
Yeah, I'd like it. I
Alright,
wish I could heal.
17.
How much do you need?
We'll let them finish.
I am 27 down.
Ooh, alright. Well, I could give you 25 right now
All right.
from Lay on Hands.
Yep, and I can heal now. I just don't know how yet, but I'm gonna do it because I want to. So we'll be good later.
Oh, wait, you do your healing first then.
Okay, so do you want me to heal myself?
Yeah, for however much you can. I can top you off after that.
Okay, all right, so let's see what I can do here. I've got 2 of these bad mamas. Okay, so what would that get me? Okay, so I'm going to end up casting a Cure Wounds at a level 2 slot,
Alright.
and I'm going to roll it, and then we'll go through it. Okay, so I'm an 8 total on that. Unfortunately, I rolled shitty.
Ooh.
All right, so
Oh man, I wish I could heal. Wouldn't it be so cool? You know, I talked to St. Lou last night. I thought I could do something. I just, just do this and go heal, and then
I gain 8 hit points.
He's ready then to do that.
You see my hands just kind of glow on my chest a little bit.
What the hell?
Looks like you just learned how, mate.
Well, I told you that St. Lou talked to me. Whoa, man. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. High five for that.
I go for a high five.
And during the high five, I'm going to transfer 10 extra hit points to you.
Right. Okay, I'm back in business. I'm at 28 now.
Alright. What do you guys want to do? You want to press on?
I reckon we should. First, I'm going to chug that mana potion.
Yeah, first I want to have a look at this creature.
Oh, that's right, Ren. Go ahead and roll me a
Has
nature
3
check.
legs, has tentacles. Yeah, I got a 17 on the check.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So looking this over and sort of inspecting the carapace of it and the placement of the tentacles, the eyes and the nose on the said tentacles, you know this to be an Otyug, or Otyug. Not really sure how to pronounce it. It's a grotesque bulbous creature that walks on 3 legs. It's got 3 rubbery tentacles that end in spiky leaf-like appendages. And normally these things will bury themselves underground and wait for food to come across its path. And it beat y'all on its stealth check, which is why you didn't see it. And you really weren't looking around anyway. So, but it was able to reach out and grab Carly because it grabbed you guys.
You just Pokedex the shit out of that.
Otyug. An Otyug is a grotesque bulbous creature born along on 3 sturdy legs. Its eyes and nose set along a vine-like stalk that snakes from the top of its bloated body.
Alexa, stop.
Do they normally, like, are they pretty solitary creatures? Do I need to be looking out for more of them, or?
From what you know, yeah, they're solitary creatures. They don't really work in groups, no. So, but you do know that the scent of graveyards, city sewers, village middens, and manure-filled animal pens are what attract them to civilized areas. But you can look around, and this is not a civilized area.
Yeah. So I'm like, the good news is I know what this is, and thankfully we probably won't have to find another one.
I'm guessing this isn't what we were looking for, is it?
No, that's the bad news.
Oh crap.
Is there something here bigger and meaner than this thing?
Well, that's not good.
Suppose we should press on then.
Maybe I overreacted.
Just a hair.
I got excited.
I noticed.
You're kind of a big oaf sometimes.
That might be the nicest thing you've ever said to me, Carly.
You're our big oaf. We like you.
It's awfully kind of you, Carly.
All right, let's move forward to our deaths.
All right.
Let's go.
You guys turn away from the creature and begin.
Oh, no, hold on. No. I'm going to stab it a couple of more times.
Okay.
Like, just right. I just want to be sure. I want to be thorough here.
It's cut into 4 pieces.
It's super dead. You poked it so many times that it's super dead.
It's been sliced like a PB&J sandwich.
Like, I cut out the thing's heart, or hearts if it's got more than one, and pumped them like across the marsh, just away.
It has no more central nervous system.
It's gone, bro.
That was gross.
I just kind of look at the party and I'm like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm of the opinion that dead things should, stay dead.
Hey everyone, Mike again. Thanks so much for listening to our podcast. If you enjoy what we do and would like to support us, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/lastnerdsonearth. We've got some great rewards, including the chance to name a character, submit items, and even play a one-shot DM'd by Jack himself. We love hearing your feedback by rating and reviewing us on iTunes, tweeting at us at lastnerdsearth, and following our Facebook and Instagram, Last Nerds on Earth. Also, don't forget to keep an ear out for our special guest from Fate's Grip. And in the meantime, be sure to check out their stream. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, so 9, so 16?
Yeah, that's 16 damage total.
Okay. What?
Nothing.
Some people just have blind spots. Super suspicious of you guys.
Just read the Discord chat.
Nothing personal, kiddo. It's just business. Oh my god.
We both got Misty Step. We've got to use it.
Could you guys not do like side chats? Holy shit! What the fuck? What is all this bullshit? Jesus Christ. Okay.
That's all we do.
I'm very disappointed. Pay attention to the fucking game.